Very good afternoon to you. I'm Lisa Broom with the CBC News Break. There are predictions that 2016 will bring a major transformation of the Barbados economy and that better times lie ahead for Barbadians in the near future. That projection from Government MP and Speaker of the House Michael Carrington in explaining the situation to his St. Michael West constituents gathered at St. Leonard's School for a branch meeting. He says Barbadians have been holding strain for a while now and believes it's time for government to ease the burden.
You cannot ask people to bear with you, to accept that there will be no wage increases, to accept that you have to increase taxes here, to accept that you have to take something away in terms of the income tax, what do you call it, the concessions that you get and the things you can claim on and so on. You can't ask people to hold strain and not be able to say to them, look, this is what you'll be holding strain for. And I'm saying to you that I can see the efforts, I can see the results of what we have been doing over the last year or more.
Mr. Carrington says government has been laying the foundation for better days by addressing issues in key sectors. For example, the reorganization of the tourism sector, moving to provide universal nursery education, and addressing water woes through the island-wide mains replacement program.
You have a government, in my view, which says, look, there are some things which need fixing, and we are going to make an effort to fix it. Now, that is part of what I see, and I'm sure there's much more. You would have seen your little bit. But what I want to ask is what does that mean for you, and what does it mean for me? I am saying that, to me, that is just the foundation. I think that we are just laying the foundation for what is to come.
Tourism Minister Richard Seeley is also of the view that the worst has passed and that next year will be better for the country and Barbadians. He spoke to the media during his annual Christmas party for constituents of St. Michael South Central.
2016 will be better than 2015. I think that we can look forward to that. I share the view that has been expressed in other quarters of the government that we still need to be cautious. We can't splurge. We just have to continue to work hard. Barbados has come through a very difficult period recently and is still working, or we are still working our way out of it. So I would encourage everyone to go into 2016 with that sort of thinking, and I think we'll be all right.
Former workers of the National Conservation Commission could soon know their fate, as the Employment Rights Tribunal resumes its hearing this week. There's to be a final witness statement from the NCC General Manager on Wednesday, and following that, a judgment is expected to be handed down as soon as Thursday. President of the National Union of Public Workers, Akani McDowell, believes that the NCC workers are in a position to win the case.
What I would like to see is that judgment is given in favor of the NCC workers. It is looking that way. I mean, I'm not a lawyer. I was just an observer, sorry. But I was able to, from a layman's point of view, it looks like if the NCC workers have a strong case, and that is something that we thought from the beginning. So I'm hoping that a judgment is given in their favor.
The hearing will be held at the Labour Ministry at the Warren's Office Complex. A St. Lucie man shot over the weekend remains hospitalized in stable condition this morning. That's according to Acting Police Public Relations Officer Station Sergeant Roland Cobbler. On Saturday afternoon, around 12:30, 30-year-old Dexter Lashley was shot by an unknown assailant. The perpetrator subsequently fled the scene. No arrests have been made as yet, and police continue their investigations into the matter. Beware of fraudsters, especially during this Christmas season. That appeal from Police Crime Prevention Officer Inspector Stephen Griffith Reports reaching police suggest that criminals continue to pose as officials from various organizations in an attempt to get your money. Speaking on Morning Barbados, Inspector Griffith explained the key to determining if that person is who they say they are is to ask for identification.
A lot of it, more volume crime, would be burglaries. And a lot of it comes from, as you look at your reports and analyze them, many of them come from lapse security on the part of the homeowner. And this is because people don't, they rush to get everything, to get out the house in the morning, to get to Bridgetown, to get to work. They won't take at least a minute or two to stroll back through the house to ensure that they have actually secured the house. Because you look at our reports and you see the investigators would observe that there's no forced entry sometimes into the house. So sometimes the house may be closed, but is not secured.
Authority figures within the church should be used as role models for the rest of society. This is the view of the Bishop of Barbados and Archbishop of the West Indies, the Most Reverend Dr. John Holder. He was speaking during the institution service of Reverend Peter Boxill as rector of the Anglican Church. Dr. Holder also believes that the power in the church should be used to strengthen the institution.
For surely you must think of power this evening, not simply in terms of what has been entrusted to you, but how you ought to use what has been entrusted. And so power and authority are to be used within the church for one purpose only: the building up and the strengthening of the church, the body of Christ. In this area of our ministry, we are allowed to offer to the wider community models of the use of authority.
When we come back, news from the region and further afield. Stay with us.